This is a story of how Mum broke her hip. She actually broke the very top of the femur, so she broke the ball joint off, the femoral fracture. This is what happened.
What happened, unfortunately, was that door the dog can push open with his nose, and unfortunately he ran through that gate that was open a tiny bit, ran and went the other side of the cars, and Mum went running after him thinking she was a teenager, but she managed to fall.
So this is where Mum fell, and she somehow hit her head on the mirror of my car, landed on her right hip, breaking it, then ended up lay on her left hip and with her head cut.
Dad had phoned the ambulance. I don't live far from work, so I could get back in a few minutes, and the ambulance was here within 15 minutes. We were rushed straight to the Hereford County Hospital because we live in Herefordshire. We found out this is what Mum had done. She'd actually broken her femur bone at the very top, so the ball joint that goes into the socket, that's what she broke. Let me show you.
This is what Mum did. She actually broke off this ball joint, and it's a really nasty injury. This isn't actually Mum's leg, but this is what she did, and then this is what they did to fix it, put a rod into the femur bone.
So that's a really, really nasty break, one of the nastiest breaks you can get, and the femur, of course, is the biggest bone in your body. So yeah, it was pretty horrible. We went straight in to the to A&E. We didn't have to wait outside, luckily, and we were seen pretty quickly. Now, because of Mum's head injury, which is kind of here, it's a really nasty injury, she was also being violently sick, and they were really worried that she might have had obviously a bleed on the brain, a concussion. So they went straight and pretty quickly did a head scan and then an x-ray of her hip, and we were then wheeled into the major injuries section of A&E. Thankfully, I've never been there before, but it was just free, and the doctor came along pretty quickly and said, great news, you haven't got a bleed on the brain, you haven't got concussion, which was amazing. I'm not going to show that, but I will show you what Mum's leg looked like. You can see just how twisted it looked. It was horrible. So as you can see, the leg was really twisted to the one side, and that's a classic sign of a broken hip. Yeah, so anyway, after a while, the doctor would come along. He said, unfortunately, you have broken your hip. You are going to need an operation. And then after a little while, we were wheeled into the rapid access area, and Mum was assigned a bed. She went to Dinmore ward. Absolutely amazing. I'll show you a picture of that. Look at this. I mean, that ward was amazing. The doctors and nurses on there were fantastic, absolutely amazing. And yeah, Mum was there for a while, about 8 or 9 days, I think, and then she was transferred to a community hospital for more rehabilitation, more physio. So this is the hospital bed that they've sent. It's pretty cool. It's one of those that goes up and down. You've got a little button here, if I can just get it. And then you can't operate it. There we go. How is that? The legs go up and down as well. Okay. So it's all pretty good, and it's just designed so that it will be much better for Mum when she actually comes home. And then that's Mum's chair. And then that's Mum's chair with some more bedding on just to go on here as well. So yeah, it's getting there. It's all ready for Mum to come out. It's just going to take a little bit of time for her to be home. Apart from the bed, we've had this interesting stool. It's called a perching stool, and the patient sits on there just so that she can be washed in the morning and the evening. So that's just what's been delivered. Which is awesome, a perching stool. And then this is the commode. So absolutely fine. Just got that, and then the little buckety bit, of course. And it's fully, Mum's going to progress really well once she's at home. We can't wait to have her home, but I'm going to document everything. So if you like the video, if you'd like to show some support, please subscribe. That would be amazing to have you on board. And thank you so much for watching. And you will get an update very soon.